Hello there guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and on this video this afternoon I am going to be giving you my match reaction for the Wolves-Liverpool game that ended 2-1 to Liverpool yesterday night. The goals came from Jordan Henderson in the first 8 minutes of the game. I thought Henderson had an outstanding game for Liverpool. You know, it was from a corner. Trent Alexander-Arnold had got an assist. You know, an assist yet again for Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he is flourishing in this Liverpool team. But he was a good header from Jordan Henderson, and that was 1-0. I thought Liverpool overall anyway, you know, totally dominated the first half. You know, they controlled the game, they passed the ball well, they created some decent opportunities, so maybe there should have been more than 1-0 up in that first half. Also too, Mane had to come off in the game injured. You know, I think he came off in like the 33rd minute of the game. He was replaced by Takumi Mino, who was obviously, you know, Liverpool have just recently bought him not too long ago for 7.25 million. I don't know how severe Sadio Mane's injury is. And obviously, I thought it was a total comparison game, though, in the second half. I thought Wolves came into the game a bit. You know, they had some decent opportunities. You know, Allington had to make quite a few good saves. I think probably at this moment in time, Allington is probably, you know, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Definitely. You know, Wolves did get an equaliser in the second half. It was through Raul Jimenez. You know, he probably scores the vast majority of Wolves' goals. If it isn't him who scores, it's probably, you know, Diego Jota. Diego Jota also came on in the game. He has just come back from injury. But it was Adam Traore that got the assist. It was a lovely goal, to be quite honest with you. You know, a lovely crossing, and Raul Jimenez got his head on it, and that was 1-1. Liverpool's second goal came from Roberto Firmino. Now, that was like 6 minutes from time. You know, took his goal really, really well. Jordan Henderson didn't only get a goal, he also got an assist for Roberto Firmino's second. And I thought Roberto Firmino had a really good game for Liverpool. And very, very good strikers, Roberto Firmino. I think reflects on that goal. That's his 10th goal now this season for Liverpool. Liverpool also brought a few other substitutions on. I think they brought Fabinho on. He's just recently come back from injury. They also bought Dick Origi on, I think, for Mohamed Salah. So, yeah, Salah, he had some decent opportunities in the game. So, yet again, he should have got his name on the score sheet. But to be honest with you, I don't think Salah has performed to the standards as everyone expected from him this season. You know, he's had a lot of chances this season, but he hasn't seemed to have that clinical element. I think at the moment, you know, Sadio Mane and Roberto Firmino are in much better form than, you know, Mohamed Salah at the moment. But yeah, Virgil van Dijk again, very good defensive performance from him. But, you know, the vast majority of the Liverpool team did well. But I thought Wolves did give them a really good game in the second half. But, you know, I thought some aspects of the game, you know, replicated the game at Anfield early on this season. Liverpool only won that game by 1-0 Obviously, you know, Wolves would have felt hard done by in that particular game because they did have a disallowed goal. You know, VAR had intervened, and there was a lot of controversy, you know, regarding that goal. But Liverpool have done the double over Wolves. And now that means, you know, Liverpool have won 22 games out of 23 this season. You know, don't forget, you know, we're the only team that have taken any points from Liverpool this season, and that was the 1-1 draw at Old Trafford. Liverpool now do extend their unbeaten run to 40 in the Premier League. You know, they're unbeaten in like 52 Premier League games at Anfield. So they haven't lost at Anfield for almost 3 years. And they have now registered 67 points from 23 games. So Liverpool are breaking records. And they're on course to win their first ever Premier League title. So they're going to end their 30-year drought. And when they do win the league this season, it will be their first Premier League. But, you know, overall, it will be their 19th title. So that means in that aspect, there will be one title behind us. Because obviously, you know, my club, Man United, at the moment, are on 20 titles. If you're in terms of the Premier League, so Liverpool have still got another 12 to catch us. Because, you know, obviously, we're on 13 at the moment. And Liverpool are 16 points ahead of Man City, 19 points in front of Leicester, still with a game in hand. I think Liverpool's game in hand is against West Ham, and that is, of course, coming up. But yeah, you know, Liverpool have been absolutely fantastic this season. They've been fantastic this season. Liverpool they've got 15 games remaining. From now, Liverpool need 9 wins out of 15 to clinch the Premier League title. And I think, obviously they're going to win 9 games out of Liverpool. Obviously, if the likes of City and Leicester drop any more points, then they'll probably need, less than 9 wins, will Liverpool. But yeah, and Liverpool have not lost yet this season. Can they become the second team in the Premier League era, to go undefeated in one season? There's only one team that have done that at the moment, and that is Arsenal. Arsenal did that back in 2004. So I think now overall, including last season, Liverpool have only lost 1 in their last 62 Premier League games, and that defeat came to Man City last season. But, Liverpool, could do it. I think, they're definitely, good enough to do it. Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp is on the verge of getting his 4th major honour as Liverpool manager. At the moment, Jurgen Klopp has won 3 major honours as Liverpool manager. The most recent, the FIFA Club World Cup they won. They also won, the Super Cup early on in the season. And they won the Champions League at the end of last season. So Liverpool have won a total of 6 Champions Leagues. I think, just in English teams, I think Liverpool have won the most Champions Leagues, but obviously, overall, it is Real Madrid that have won the most Champions Leagues. But, Liverpool got to the final, not last season, the season before against Real Madrid, but obviously, they lost 3-1. But Liverpool are definitely, regarded as the best team in Europe. But reflect on that win yesterday against Wolves, Liverpool. That's Jurgen Klopp's 151st win as Liverpool manager. Jurgen Klopp has been at Liverpool now since October 2015. That's when Liverpool recommended him in. And, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has come out, and he said a few things, prior to our game against Liverpool, and he's come out today as Solskjaer, and he's made a comparison with Jurgen Klopp, basically, and he's come out and said that Jurgen Klopp, he's come out and said, Jurgen Klopp, wasn't so good in his, first 4 years at Liverpool. Well, it took Jurgen Klopp, he said, around 4 years to get Liverpool firing, and this is what he had basically said. Because Jurgen Klopp, didn't enjoy a good start to his managerial tenure with Liverpool, but he has emulated himself up. But like I've said on my numerous videos, Jurgen Klopp, his philosophy is good. He's got a good style of play, and I think his style of play has always been good, even when he was manager of Borussia Dortmund, because don't forget he won a couple of titles with Borussia Dortmund. Obviously, before he was at Borussia Dortmund, he was at Mainz 05, and I think he did really bad at Mainz 05. If I can remember rightly, I think he got Mainz 05 relegated. But he is a very, very good manager. I know he hasn't got a fantastic pedigree behind him. He hasn't won a hell of a lot of trophies. He's only won 5 major honours at the moment, including the 3 he's won at Liverpool and the 2 at Borussia Dortmund. But I now do believe he's going to start winning a lot of trophies with Liverpool, because like I said on my recent videos, I think Liverpool are now going to start to replicate what we did in the 90s and the 2000s under Alex Ferguson. So I do believe, Liverpool are going to do this. I definitely, believe it is going to happen, And he also, Solskjaer was coming out, saying that, Liverpool are not regarded as the greatest team in England until they win back-to-back titles. He also said, it won't take Man United another 30 years to win another Premier League title like it has done with Liverpool. So Solskjaer said quite a few things regarding Liverpool, prior to the game. Last Sunday, he said quite a few things. But Solskjaer is nowhere near on Jurgen Klopp's level, nowhere near. And yeah. But, Liverpool are now definitely, dominating English football. They are now better than Man City, definitely better than Man City. But, like I said, Liverpool have come close on quite a few occasions to winning the league. They was unlucky not to win it last season. They finished on 97 points last season. Obviously, Liverpool came close under the Brendan Rodgers era. They enjoyed one good season under Brendan Rodgers. So they've come close on quite a few occasions. But, the Premier League is Liverpool's priority. They still do remain in the Champions League. Like I said, they've got a good pedigree in the Champions League, so don't fully disregard them winning it. But I don't think they'll win it because, they're focusing on the Premier League. Liverpool, surprisingly, are still in the FA Cup. You know, they've got Shrewsbury coming up on Sunday of Liverpool in the FA Cup 4th round. I think that's a chance for, you know, Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp, you know, to give their youngsters opportunities. So I think maybe Jurgen Klopp in the game against Shrewsbury could go with a similar team to what he did do in the game against Everton in the 3rd round. So I think Klopp could give like the opportunities to Harvey Elliott, if that's his name, I think it is. I think Takumi Minamino could start for them on Sunday. I think it's Sunday, or is it tomorrow, the Liverpool's game against Shrewsbury. It's either today. It's either Saturday or Sunday. I think maybe Curtis Jones could get given another opportunity. He scored the winner in the 3rd round against Everton. So I think Klopp will probably, you know, name an inexperienced squad. You know, he'll probably play a few experienced players. You know, maybe Origi could start. Obviously, you know, Milner can't play because he's currently injured at the moment. So Milner can't play. Dejan Lovren, I think he's still out with injury. Naby Keita's out with injury. So yeah, I think he will name a young team on tomorrow on Sunday against Shrewsbury, definitely in that. But I hate, you know, to see Liverpool this good because, as you all know, I am a Manchester United fan. But, you know, they're not going to get caught now, Liverpool. You know, the title is well wrapped up. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they did regain it, you know, going on into next season. You know, it wouldn't surprise me at all. But I've got to say, you know, Jurgen Klopp, he's the best manager that Liverpool have had, especially in this generation. And I think that Liverpool have had some good managers over the years. They have had some good managers over the years. You know, they had Brendan Rodgers. I thought he enjoyed one good season with Liverpool. And then everyone thought Liverpool would have crumbled when they lost the likes of Luis Suarez and Philippe Coutinho, but they didn't. You know, I think the bad managers Liverpool have had, you know, Roy Hodgson was a bad manager. He's managed a variety of clubs now. I think he's at Crystal Palace at the moment. He's Roy Hodgson. He's too old to manage now anywhere. Kenny Dalglish wasn't so good for them. He played for Liverpool, but he wasn't good enough as a manager. Rafa Benitez didn't do so bad with them, though. Won them the Champions League, was it back in 2005? Was it Rafa Benitez then, I think, managing Liverpool, if I'm right? You know, they also had Gerard Houllier, wasn't so bad. And don't forget, you know, they had Bill Shankly in the 50s, who was so good. But obviously, you know, I don't really remember the 50s, but I heard he was quite good for Liverpool. So they have had a lot of managers. But, you know, Jurgen Klopp, don't forget, extended his contract early on this season. So he's still under contract with Liverpool until 2024. And I don't think Liverpool, in terms of the transfers and that, I don't think Liverpool are going to make any signings in this January transfer window. I think they're going to consider getting rid of some players at Liverpool. Maybe, you know, they may not get rid of any players now. They may wait until the summer to see if they can get any more incomings and try and get rid of players. You know, they have got Takumi Minamino, but I think the players Liverpool should consider getting rid of is probably, you know, Nathaniel Klein, because he's injury prone anyway. He's injured at the moment. You know, obviously Trent Alexander-Arnold's Liverpool's preference over, you know, Nathaniel Klein. But yeah, I think they need to get rid of him. You know, I think they could consider also getting rid of Adam Lallana because Liverpool have got a lot of midfielders in their team. You know, Shaqiri is becoming injury prone, isn't he? You know, sustained another injury. I think he's got a calf problem with Shaqiri. I don't think he's good as a 90-minute player, but I think, you know, he's a super sub. So when he comes off the bench, you know, he tends to make an impact for Liverpool, does Shaqiri. So he could go. I think Liverpool got him for around 12 million, 13 million from Stoke. You know, who else do you think Liverpool could get rid of? Maybe they could get rid of one of their centre-halves. Maybe they could get rid of maybe Gomez or Joe Matip. You know, maybe they could get rid of Jorginho Wijnaldum, one of their midfielders. So I think Liverpool will consider getting rid of some players. But I don't think they need more signings. They've already addressed the deficiencies in the squad. You know, Virgil van Dijk, 75 million. Liverpool's most expensive signing. He's the second most expensive defender in the world behind Harry Maguire, because we paid £80 million for Harry Maguire. Yes, we paid £80 million for Harry Maguire, so we paid £5 million more than what Liverpool paid for Van Dijk. But Maguire's totally comparison to Van Dijk because Van Dijk is the best centre-half in the world. But I think at Liverpool he's definitely replicating what he did at Celtic, what he did at Southampton, definitely. Very, very... Oh, he was at Southampton. After Celtic, you know, he was at Celtic, I think, before Southampton. Yes, he was, you know. And, you know, they've got two fantastic fullbacks in Andrew Robertson, who I think, paid $3 million for. You know, Trent Alexander-Arnold, he came at Liverpool's youth academy. You know, I can't remember how much they paid for Fabinho, but they got him from Monaco. He's starting now to play well is Fabinho. I think he's really composed in that midfield. Thought he was a good player at Monaco though, so yeah, Liverpool is replicating what he did at Monaco. He's Fabinho, very good player. And yeah, so overall, I think Liverpool have got an absolutely fantastic squad. But like I said, the comparison between Liverpool and us is, I said it on my match reaction last Sunday to Liverpool-Man United game. Liverpool don't overpay for players. The players a unit, the players a team, and that is the best way to be. And they just play lovely football. And I've got to be honest, I hate them, but they play excellent football. Do Liverpool? They pass the ball well, they score goals, they create decent chances, they get bodies in decent positions. Just a very good team, and I've got a lot of honesty about me. And if it's a team I hate, if I see a team doing well, then I've got to praise them. You can't deny that. For definite. And actually, Liverpool have got quite a lot of Southampton players in their team. They've done good business with Southampton in recent years. Getting Van Dijk from there, Nathaniel Klein from there, Mane from there, Adam Lallana from there. So Liverpool got quite a few players in their team, definitely. And I think Origi is very good for Liverpool as well. I've seen him have some good games for them. Obviously he's behind the likes of Firmino, Mane and Salah in Liverpool's team. And, don't forget he scored twice against Barcelona last season when Liverpool produced that miraculous comeback. But I think he's good as a backup. He's Dick of Origi, definitely very good as a backup. Milner's still going well, tends to play well when he's fit. I think he could be out with injury for quite some time, definitely. But yeah, Liverpool winning 2-1 against Wolves yesterday. Liverpool can afford to lose games anywhere. But, I don't think Liverpool, would be too bothered if they lost, as long as, they do win the Premier League. But, I think they could go undefeated this season. It's a possibility. And I think Liverpool are probably going to get 100 points this season. I think they're going to probably beat Man City's record from a couple of years ago, because City got 100 points a couple of years ago. This is why they call the Citizens. But I think Liverpool now could be the Centurions. I think Liverpool could definitely finish on over 100 points this season with how good they've been. They're obviously not in the Carabao Cup. They got knocked out by Villa. Villa beat them by 5-0. But obviously, Liverpool in that game played like they're under 21s. From Wolves' perspective, they'll be pretty disappointed, with the result. But Wolves, will think to themselves, we give Liverpool 2 good games this season, because I thought we played well in both games. Wolves have still got a very good manager in Nuno Santo. He's been at Wolves now for quite a few years now. Obviously, he won the Championship with them back in 2016. And he's emulated himself up as Nuno Santo. He got them 7th last season in the Premier League. In that aspect, that got Wolves automatic qualification for the Europa League. And they've done well of Wolves, to progress to the knockout stages of the Europa League. And that's very good to their standards. Obviously, I'm very sceptical that they are going to win the Europa League, But, Wolves are still a pretty decent team. And I thought they enjoyed a good FA Cup run last season. They got to the FA Cup semi-final for the first time in 21 years. But, Wolves have got a lot of decent players in their team who I would take at Man United. I'd definitely take Jimenez, because Man United are in search now for a striker anywhere, reflecting on the injury to Rashford. I'd definitely take Ruben Neves, very good midfielder, and obviously that midfield is one of the priority areas where Man United needs strengthening up. Traore doesn't seem a bad player, but I think they play well together as a trio, the Traore, Jota and Raul Jimenez. I think they do complement each other fantastically well. But Wolves have got a pretty decent team, definitely. Wolves came into the game against Liverpool on the back of a 3-2 win against Southampton, and they showed good determination in that particular game, to come back from a 2-goal deficit, But, I knew Liverpool would win. I said in my prediction, Liverpool would win. I obviously, predicted 2-0. Obviously, it was 2-1. But, yeah. So, there will be more live videos coming up very soon. I'm going to be doing one later on. I'm going to be giving you a preview for the Tranmere and Manchester United game, which is on Sunday at Prenton Park. I'm going to be giving you a preview and the build-up for that game and that. So join me for that. So anyway, guys, drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again soon.